Hi everyone, it's Steph from Sent from Heaven. I am back today to do the second and final Valentine's soap. So what I have got here is my lye solution. I'm doing something really simple this week. I'm just doing a plain white soap with a heart embed and like an embed with the column mold, and then I'm going to be putting some little hearts on top. Fairly simple, but hopefully it'll come out really nicely. So I have got my lye solution here. Because I do want it white, I'm just going to be adding some water-soluble titanium dioxide to it, just to make it white in here, and then it's all going to go into my oils over the side. So what I'm going to do is I've already measured that out, so I'm putting that in there, and I'm going to get my little milk frother thing here, and I'm just going to go through with that. That's just mixing that titanium dioxide in there. Hopefully it'll mix it well. I have found that this little frother, I did get it quite cheap off Temu, so it's probably not as strong as I would like it, and if I just quickly like grip it with my fingers, it is turning off and I'm not having to pinch very hard. So I do think it doesn't have a lot of oomph to it, so it might be something that I need to get something a little bit stronger in the future, but it's working relatively well, at least for mixing micas, things like that, and today titanium dioxide. It did all right last week for the soap, but it probably needed just a little bit more oomph in it to be able to get it thicker, because I wanted it thicker that faster last week, but it seems to be doing okay. So I'm just going to pop that there in my sink. So that is now our lye solution. You can see that's really white now. I have got my oils in here, and I have just heated up my cocoa butter and my shea butter and poured that in there. So that's all fresh. Today I am using Kakadu Plum fragrance oil. It is one of my personal favorites. This is from Aroma. It smells absolutely delicious. So I'm hoping that that will come out really nicely in the soap. And I have got my column embed here that I made on last week's. All I did was I chopped off the ends of it and measured it inside of my my little thing here, sorry, my mold, so it will just sort of rest in there, and then as well as the little tiny hearts that I made as well. So as normal, just gonna put my stick blender in there. I did just put my hard oils in there, so I'm just going to give it a little spin around, and then make sure I've got my bits and pieces handy. That's turned on. I'm all gloved up and I got my long sleeves on, so here we go. That titanium dioxide never seems to fully incorporate when it's in the lye solution. As much as I would love it to, It just never fully seems to mix. Oopsie, there we go. So that will all mix into the soap. Just trying to get the last of it out. There we go. I did try to pre-mix it, it just didn't want to this time, I guess. So just give that a little mix around. I'm just trying to get what's on the side of my mixer here. Okay, and blend, blend. Now I don't want to overmix this because, as you are probably well aware, things with titanium dioxide do come to trace a lot faster and it tends to move quicker. And because I do want to get it to probably a medium trace or so, so that when I put my column mold embed in there, it actually stays suspended. Need it to stay suspended so that it doesn't sink, so that it stays where I want it to. I will put in my fragrance. Oop. Now I'm hoping it stays the color that it's meant to. However, it does have about 1.5% vanillin in it, so over time it probably will discolor, but I'm hoping, even being an off-white with those red embeds, I'm hoping that it's still going to look nice. I'm hoping it doesn't go to tan, but you never know with these fragrance oils. They're never perfect. Oopsie. Bit loud. The fragrance oil seems to be holding up really nicely. It was the first time I've used it in the soap, so it's not causing me any rising. It doesn't really seem to be accelerating, which is nice, but I do soap at lower temperatures, so maybe that's got something to do with it. But I do have my water discount, so sometimes it can seem like it's going okay, and then boom, suddenly you're at like a thick trace. Still got a bit further to go before it's a medium trace. I can't, well, it's probably about a light trace right now. You can sort of see little trailings on top. There's a lot of shadows on my bench at the moment because I'm doing this at night after my son's gone to sleep. Okay, so we're sort of starting to get some of those trailings now. I'm just gonna pull this down. And I've just got my mold there, and I'm going to pour my soap into about here, maybe a little bit more, maybe to there. Now, as normal, now, did you see? Oh, probably not. A couple of little bubbles came up through from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick my little heart in there. I think that looks quite good. And then I am going to have a look at that. That is gone thick. So, short amount of time, happens quickly sometimes. And then I'm just going to pour that in right over the top of that mold. Gonna pour, pour, pour. I just had to run and get a couple of little molds because every single time I soap, I forget something. So just a couple of little molds here just to get the excess of my soap. Now I know it's not going to get down into the little areas of this mold, but I'll still try to fit in as much as I can. Okay, and put that off the side, and then see what I can scrape out and put onto the top of my soap here. Pop that back into frame would be better. Oops, slipped. Where is my little I was just using it. Just gonna try to smooth this out a little bit, and then I'm gonna come along the side with my spoon. So I'm going to go around the edges and just clean that up. I'm hoping this looks as good on camera because in real life it looks just so creamy. It looks like a dessert. It looks absolutely delicious, but obviously don't eat it. Grab my embeds that are up here. Now I haven't done anything special with them. They all came out pretty nicely from the mold. They were really quite smooth. They didn't have any soda ash on them, so they looked really good. So I'm just going to put that in the side there and you just push. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I do have enough to do a little heart on top. I'm just going to go over with a little spritzy of isopropyl alcohol, and that should make it all nice and pretty. Whoa. So here looks quite creamy. This is our Kakadu Plum Valentine soap. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you hopefully in a couple of days for the cut. Bye.